Hello, Akshay. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yeah. Akshay, congratulations on clearing the mains. Akshay, please tell me, is this your first interview?
Yes, this is my first attempt and first interview.
Okay, all right. So, Akshay, we'll start with the session. Are you ready? Akshay, please give me a brief introduction of yourself.
Myself Akshay, and I hail from Ernakulam district of Kerala. I completed graduation in medical sciences from Government Medical College Trivandrum, and after that I was working from 2021, and I made my first attempt with anthropology optional in 2024, and only qualified for the interview.
Okay, all right, all right. Very good, Akshay. Congratulations. Akshay, since it's please tell me when is your interview though?
March 18th.
March 18th. Okay,
Yes,
okay.
yes.
So you have good time to prepare. Okay. So Akshay, please tell me if you have some specific doubts and you want me to talk about them first, or you want me to go through your entire DAF, how would you like it?
I need some specifics about the that hobbies and that section,
Oh,
prices, awards,
okay.
in that section, and I think the
Okay.
graduation subject. I completed my graduation in 2021, and I am bit unaware of the some questions on that. If some questions come from that area, so that's an
Okay.
major issue, I think.
Okay. So I'll go through your entire DAF.
Okay,
I think most of the part will be covered there.
okay,
Then if you have any doubts, we can go ahead with it. So Akshay, you come from Kerala.
okay.
Um, And you're from Ernakulam.
Ernakulam
So see,
district.
uh, okay. So actually, first of all, you should be very thorough with your DAF that is given. Because
Okay,
even if you're not able to answer anything else, you should be very, very thorough with the DAF. You should be able to answer especially the hobbies on all of those entries, because that is something you have filled. So you should be thorough with it. Okay. Even if you're not able to answer some questions from current affairs or some factual questions, they're okay with it. But DAF should be covered properly. So then the first thing comes at where are you from? So it's Ernakulam. So
okay,
Ernakulam and Kerala, you have to prepare in detail.
okay,
Be it its economic structure, the economic activities there. Ernakulam is very famous for the tourism or national parks and everything. So you have to be very thorough with it. Also the habitat there, the elephant corridors and all of that. Please be thorough with it. Also, if some major river passes from the
okay,
district or near the district. Then also Ernakulam's economic structure. What is the economy there dependent on? Okay. How good is the tourism potential tapped? If we can do something else to improve the economic activity there, then is there any climate hazards there? That can be asked. Moreover, if there are any social issues in your place. What are, you can give two or three social issues, then you
okay.
should be ready with the solutions for them.
Solutions.
Okay. Then there are some communities in Kerala which whose social practices are very different. For example, the Nair community. So you should, since your optional is anthropology, you
Yes, yes.
should be very, very thorough with the tribes, communities, practices in Kerala at least. Okay. Then, for in case of Kerala, so its literacy is very good. So, what difference is there between Kerala and other states? That Kerala is very good, highly literate. Then you can be asked about out migration of Keralites to Middle East. What are the reasons? What are the issues? How, there's a lot of illegal out migration also. So how does that happen? Why does that happen? What are the why do means since the population is enough literate, but is there so much unemployment that people have to illegally enter some other country? So all of these questions. Also, some now, mostly, it can go in direction of, environmental conservation also, since there are a lot of national parks and wildlife sanctuaries around your district. So all of that. Then, Iduki you have mentioned, so you have to prepare Iduki also on
Okay,
the similar lines. Also, if there are some important institutions in your district, important. It's like, for example, if some institutes are there where cooperative sector is very successful, if something like this exists, or some tourist spot exists, so you should be thorough with it. So these major places, major issues of your district, all of this you have to be thorough with. Okay. After that, so you have done MBBS, so they'll definitely ask you that why do you want to shift your career? Why do you want to leave the medical field? If you talk about serving people, they'll ask you in medical field you can serve
Okay.
people better. They can also talk about that you have wasted away, like people. People are so desperate to get a seat in the medical college, and you have wasted one. So you have a good justification. Don't try to defend yourself. Have a like first accept their question just as a question. Don't take it as a confrontation, and then answer properly. Also, then as an administrator, how will your knowledge of medical sciences help you? Okay, so you can give many examples of COVID and all of that. Okay, then medical science, they might ask if there is someone from medical background, they might ask some technical questions, but they will be very basic questions, which you will be able to answer with your knowledge. You don't need to study medical science in depth. And then they will mostly talk about healthcare only. Kerala's healthcare. Also in Kerala, they managed COVID very successfully. So what all did they do? How was the COVID management in Kerala? Or how do you think India fared at managing COVID? Or any epidemics? You can be asked, you are some DM and there's an epidemic, and what will be the initial steps you will take? How will you go about it? These are very, predictable questions. Okay. So then you have worked as medical officer, so lot of questions on uh, this your work profile will come. Also, uh, study everything about the healthcare structure in India. Any best practices in countries like other countries that we can implement, or why doctor to patient ratio is so poor. Such questions can be asked. Also, you can be asked questions on various schemes of government like Ayushman Bharat. Okay, its implementation, all of that. So be thorough with it. Since you have worked also, so you will be expected to talk a lot on that field. Then when it comes to anthropology, so you will be asked questions like some theories of anthropology, different theories. Just revise it once on the surface level, not very deep. You can be asked some concepts also. What exactly do you mean by a tribe? What is the difference between tribe and caste? Then tribal culture can be discussed. Then some anthropology. Who is your favorite anthropologist? Then the who is called the father of Indian anthropology, or how did anthropology emerge in India? Such questions can be definitely asked. Okay. Then you have mentioned best project award for presentation on depression among palli palliative
Political
care
patients.
patients. Okay, so then a lot of discussion can happen around this. Your opinions, your views on this. Okay, then there can be separate discussion on depression and mental health challenges. Not just one sector. They can talk about everyone, about children or working professionals, about elderly, all of this. Then you have written best project award. So what did you do in that project? They'll ask you the details. Okay, and you will be expected to talk about the palliative care patients, and what is the government doing? Are there any schemes of government regarding the same? There are many helplines for mental health support. You should be knowing about those helplines. Okay. Then second prize in Mediskit University Zonal Arts Festival. Um, Akshay, what is Mediskit?
It's actually an awareness generation program through some comedy skits and all. We are busting some myths about healthcare practices to general public.
Okay, okay. So they will ask similar question, what is a Mediskit and what did you do? How did you create awareness? Healthcare me in what factors of healthcare, like preventive healthcare, or what specifics? They will go into the details. What specifics did you cater to? What was the skit about? Where do you do this skit? Do you yourself also perform or do you arrange? All of these basic questions. They will try to check you if you are genuine here and if you have actually done what you have written. Okay. Then school topper in 12th class. So I don't think questions will be on this. Best outgoing student award. So what was the criteria? Why did they choose? Was it just academics or participation in other activities also? Such questions. Then they can ask you why did you keep the sports section empty? So you
Okay.
can mention something on lines of that you are interested to play these and these sports, prepare a couple of sports, and but you have not written anything because you have not won any award in it,
Okay. Okay.
or you have not professionally participated in any game or tournament, but you play it for purpose of physical fitness or keep yourself fresh and all. Then, executive committee member of House Surgeons Association, they'll ask you what was your role there? What was the committee about? What did you learn there? All of that. Secretary of College, IMA Medical Students Network. So they'll ask you, all of the student networks are there. So, are such associations or student networks important? What role do they play in students' welfare? Questions can be on these lines. And also, they will ask you, what did you do yourself? Like, what was your role? Convener of All Kerala Medical Exhibition held at college. So, what was this exhibition about? Like, what all things were like there in this exhibition? Also, what was your role? Okay. Then also you can be asked to compare the healthcare infrastructure of Kerala and other states. Not one particular state, but how is Kerala better or where is Kerala lacking? Then swimming. So if you have written swimming, you should study it thoroughly, the technical aspects as well as how is India faring, or India's participation in Olympics. If all the things around swimming, please be prepared. And do you know swimming? Like, have you ever done it professionally? Do you want to do it professionally? These things can be asked. Then benefits of swimming, health benefits, fitness, and everything. Since you are from medical background, you can be asked. You can be asked the medical technicalities also, like
Okay.
regarding swimming, like what
Okay.
can go wrong, or in medical terms, some questions
Okay.
might come on swimming. Okay. Associating with public health awareness campaign. So, Akshay, your DAP is very impressive. Just the point is, you should be able to talk with a lot of passion. Don't overgo, don't overdo, don't be very excited. But then when you're asked something, just try to deliver a lot. Keep it crisp, but then don't be very laid back on answering these questions. When they will ask you about health awareness camps, you show them some sort of excitement that,
Okay.
yes, I have done this and I want to tell you what all I have did. Okay. So then they'll ask you, where do you arrange these camps? How do you associate yourself with them? How do you approach these camps? Then you can be asked about funding. You can be asked about how many people are targeted in such camps. Then what is the criteria of, um, addressing people? Like what exactly about healthcare do you teach them? How then many times many superstitions are there. For example, they'll put you in a situation that you are the DM of some district and you are supposed to convince the tribals in a region to get the vaccination done because they think that it's not safe for them. How will you convince them? Such questions can definitely come.
Ma'am, one doubt I have is that I did the awareness campaigns, particularly in college level and especially while I was working in the national institution. And now I am working in a private hospital. So now actually I have no avenues to do such campaigns to people. I get less patients to make awareness, so platforms to do that. So how would I justify that? Because since I have mentioned it as
See,
an
is it not okay if you don't mention that you don't do it now?
okay,
Okay. If you have been doing it, just tell them that you're still like whenever you get a chance or you get time out of your job, you try to associate yourself. On a personal level, also, you try to, bring about awareness in your neighborhood about health
okay,
practices,
okay,
all of that. Because since you have mentioned it as your hobby, this is something you tend to do regularly.
okay.
Okay. They can ask you that if you become an officer, what kind of camps can you arrange? No, such questions can come, and this is something they will be impressed on. So we don't want to reduce their excitement by mentioning that
The
we don't
last
do
time
it anymore.
when if they ask the last time when I organized a camp was around 1 year back.
Tell it like 6 months ago.
Okay.
You can, itna to you can do because then it is a hobby. So it should look like an hobby. Okay. This, see, and first of all, this comes under extracurricular activity. Now, your hobby can be swimming.
Okay.
They can also ask, ki, what else are you interested in? So keep one or two things ready, okay? This is also you're interested in, you do on regular basis, be it cooking or any sports you play, anything. Okay, Akshay. Now, Akshay, you can please go ahead with your doubts, if any.
So shall we prepare about some parents job and like if not that
They don't
important.
really ask questions on it, but even if they do, so we always tend to know something about our parents' job that we can answer. Like separate preparation in depth is not necessary.
Okay, and as I mentioned, my father has a sports stint in a state PSU. That's not
One
actually in the
second.
map, but it's in the OBC annexure. That's a separate part.
They don't go through the OBC annexure.
Okay, okay, okay.
They go through, see, only the chairman has your DAF
No,
mostly. Okay, other people have the information that the chairman tells them, but apart from that, um, I don't think it's necessary. If it's not in the DAF, it's okay. Then they don't see other documents.
so they have access to that one and that two.
Yeah, DAF 1 and DAF 2.
So I should prepare about the regarding the doctor experience. I have worked at three hospitals.
Regarding,
Three I regarding the my work experience.
yeah, work experience, very important. Please do prepare.
So
Very
I should
important.
prepare on the three hospitals, three areas I worked.
Not hospital exactly, but then what was your job and everything
Okay,
about your
okay.
job, be well prepared.
What kind of activities I was doing or involvement in.
Yes, yes, yes. What was your role? What did you do? What did you learn?
Okay.
How can you apply those learnings in civil services? All of those things. Okay, then you have mentioned National Health Mission. Prepare it
Okay.
in extreme details. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, because it is a government program, they will expect you to, since you have worked also, they'll expect you to talk about it. So, National Health Mission, what are the aims, objectives, what is its status, how successful it is in Kerala, in India, what more can we do, what are the changes, how can we revamp the mission, all of that.
And also I have mentioned some the subject I have studied in 10th or 12th equivalent.
No,
So
no,
that's
questions are not on that.
okay. Only the graduation subject I should be prepared.
Yeah, graduation, you should see graduation, you won't be asked the technical details, okay? You won't be asked the concepts and academics behind it. You will be asked questions from the medical field because you have worked also. So the health sector becomes very important. Questions
Okay.
like what can we do to improve the preventive healthcare?
Okay.
Like questions on these lines.
Okay.
Yeah.
Option we just go through the basic details. Ma'am, is your option
Yeah,
anthropology?
basic revise.
Do you had anthropology as option?
No, no, I didn't have anthropology, but then
Okay.
questions are on these lines only.
Okay.
The concepts, the basic, well, like what is Sanskritization, maybe,
Okay. Okay.
such questions can come. Yeah. Any other doubt, Akshay?
My basic doubts are already covered.
Okay. Akshay, see, your DAF is very good, okay? It's a very impressive DAF. They will be very interested to know more. Just don't be laid back on anything.
Okay.
If they feel like you are not interested to talk or you just want the interview to get over or this question to get over, then it will disappoint them a bit. Just be very enthusiastic and interested. At the same time, be very calm and confident there. Answer all the questions very confidently. If you don't know anything, be very confident and tell them, sir, right now I'm not able to recall this, but I'll surely go back and read. Okay.
Any suggestions to improve our articulation skills and conversation skills?
See, you have to be very natural there, okay? When you take it as a interview or question answer session, no, it becomes a bit intimidating. So take it like a conversation. If they are talking about healthcare, you try to have a conversation with the member. Also, if one member is asking you the question, pay your full attention to that member. Try to build a conversation with them. Don't try to gauge what other members are looking at, what are their expressions, all of that. No need to see, because and even if sometimes it may happen that the chairman asks you his questions and then he goes out of the room. That
Okay.
happens a lot of time. Don't worry about it, okay? Because all of them are going to give the marks together. You have to give equal importance to all the members.
Okay.
Also, prepare your introduction very properly. Don't
Okay.
mention your attempts and
Okay.
optional and all of that. Give very basic information about your name, where you come from, what you have studied, and where you
Okay.
have worked.
Okay.
This much.
So
Okay.
I should mention about where I last worked for the whole work experience.
Entire work experience. Yeah.
Okay, ma'am. Thanks to help you.
Yeah. Yeah. All the best, Akshay. You'll do very well.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah. All the best.